welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. So, it is Friday, January 24th. I don't feel good. Before we get started, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. So, today, what I'm doing, why I'm making this video. So, the whole ovulation thing, I'm pretty positive I ovulated way early. And I'll tell you why I think this. So, not only did I have the physical symptoms, like, now that I think about it, I did have cramping around this time, so it all makes sense. So, cycle day 11, I had a lot of EWCM and some cramping. The cramping I really didn't think anything of until now, because I cramp like it's, I don't know, part of being a woman, I guess. But the cervical mucus, I was like, okay, this is weird. I don't ever get this unless I'm going to ovulate or whatever. And as you guys know, I didn't track anything this month. Like, yeah, I took 2 ovulation tests, like, when I got that cervical mucus, but I didn't track. Like, I really didn't track. I didn't keep on top of it. Like, I didn't do anything. And I'm pretty sure I ovulated between days 12 and 13, because since then, I've not gotten anything. No cramping, no cervical mucus, no nothing. And I'm gonna be so pissed if I actually did ovulate early for once and I missed my window. I'm gonna be so mad, because, like, how is it the start of a new year and the first month I decide, hey, I don't need to track, it's no big deal, I know when I ovulate, that I freaking ovulate early. It's like my body has completely reset itself back to factory settings, and we're starting fresh. So the reason I'm even doing this whole video, I'm gonna take a pregnancy test today, and I'll tell you why. I've not bought any. I've not bought anything off Amazon. I've not bought ovulation tests. I've not done anything. So the reason I'm doing it is because my thermometer app says that I am like 10 or 11 DPO. I'm 10 DPO, 11 DPO, 10, one of those, based on the ovulation test I entered on cycle day 11. And it has my period starting at the end of this month, which is really throwing me off. But I guess if I ovulated early, then I should start my period earlier than normal. I don't know. So I'm going to take a test. It's probably most likely going to be negative. Like, I'm almost certain it's negative. But why not? Why not? I don't know. And I've not been feeling good. Like, and this probably has nothing to do with anything fertility related, but I have had headaches and migraines for 2 weeks straight, and they just won't go away. Like, I'm over it. Like, my head hurts so bad every day, but I have to, like, continue to live, do all my normal shit that I usually do. So yeah, my stomach's been hurting too, just randomly, I don't know, but we're gonna take a test. I'm gonna take you along with me to take that test. It's most likely negative, and we're just gonna go from there. And I'm just gonna get real honest, because, I mean, this is my channel, and I've always said that I was gonna be open and honest with you guys. So, when you're trying to have a baby, or TTCing, and if you are under the age of 18, if you're family and you don't want to hear this, you should probably fast forward just a minute, because I'm going to get TMI. So when you're trying to have a baby, you have to have sex. Like, we're not the Virgin Marys. Immaculate conception just does not happen. You have to have sex. And, you know, when you're trying to have a baby, it's good to do it like every other day in your fertile window. And the couple days after you ovulate, just to make sure you hit every day that you could. But when you've been trying to have a baby for 4 years, like we have, you're lucky if you get 2 of those days. And I'm just being real honest. You know, trying to have a baby is not sexy, and it's really not fun. You know, I feel like there's so much pressure when you're trying to have a baby that you just, like, it's not fun anymore, so you just don't want to do it. And I feel like I don't talk to him about when I'm ovulating or anything like that, to, like, keep the pressure off of him, to, like, not make it seem like it's a chore. But y'all, when you're nearing 30 and you already have a kid and you work all day and you're tired, having sex is a chore. It takes a lot of energy. I'm just saying. So it's like you're lucky if you hit 2 or 3 days out of all the days that you need to hit. And that is probably our problem. Because, you know, all these years of trying, yeah, sure, we've done medicated cycles. Yeah, we've done 2 IUIs, and they were planned. But I just feel like it takes more than just that. So I am going to start drinking Red Bull at night. Something, because we're never going to have a baby at the pace we're going. And again, if you're family, I apologize. You probably don't want to listen to that part. But it's a reality when you're trying to have a baby. Like, all you other TTCers out there who have struggled with infertility or just trying to get pregnant, it's not anything new to you guys. You know how tiring it is and how much of a chore it can be. So, and if you're one of those people that are like, oh, I got pregnant on the first try, or I wasn't even trying to get pregnant and it happened, I'm happy for you. No, really, I am happy for you. It just, you know, sucks for me, but, you know, I wouldn't wish my issues on anybody, so it's amazing that you can get pregnant without trying or on the first try. But for us people where it's harder, this shit sucks. It really freaking sucks. And we're going to be doing Clomid next cycle, so we've really got to, no pun intended, get on top of it and get it done. Because if these cycles don't work, if these medicated cycles don't work, that's it. Like, we're done. No more medicine, no more timing, no more tracking, no anything. So, yeah. I guess it's kind of a rant video. I don't know. I just needed to talk, I guess. I don't know, I was kind of irritated lately. Kind of down, but I'll be fine. I'm actually heading to Meijer right now to buy a pregnancy test. I was going to order ovulation test off Amazon, because as you guys know, I took first response ovulation tests last cycle, and they were 100% different than the results I was getting off my Amazon tests. And I'm not going to buy first response ovulation tests anymore. Like, those really pissed me off. I never got a positive on those. And you don't get as many. But there are some ovulation tests mixed with pregnancy tests that I saw on Amazon that I'm probably going to order tomorrow. I really want to get the Prove strips, and if you don't know what those are, they're progesterone strips. So, the ovulation predictor kits, So the ovulation test that we buy all the time, all they do is tell us is if we have a surge. It does not tell us if we actually ovulated. So even though I'm getting surges, it's very, very possible that I don't have enough progesterone in my body to actually release the egg. So I really want to buy these, and it really sucks because these proof strips are $40 for 7 of them. And that is really, really irritating. Like, it makes me mad because it's like you get 7 but you're paying $40. But they measure your progesterone without having to go to the doctor and get a blood test. So I might just bite the bullet tomorrow, order my Prove progesterone strips, my Vitex, because I'm going to start taking Vitex. I've heard very good things about it, and buy regular ovulation tests and pregnancy tests, the test strips, because I don't want to take the Prove test until I know I need to. And that really sucks when you don't know what days you're actually going to ovulate, or the days you're actually going to get your surge. So I'm going to have to do some reading on when I need to take those tests, because there's only 7. Then I don't want to take them and waste them and not get the answers I need. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. And hopefully in February, we'll get pregnant. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm hoping that we have a baby before the end of 2020. And that we get to bring a baby home, because I need a baby in my life. I need my ovaries to quit yelling at me. I just want to be done with all this. Like, I just want to quit trying. So yeah, I'm gonna run into Meyer. I'm gonna get my pregnancy test, and then I'm going home. All right, guys, so I just peed in my cup. I'm out of breath. Got my pregnancy test here, just the cheap Meyer brand. It says compare to First Response. Do not ever compare these to First Response or Clear Blue, because they're completely different. It's got a digital and just the regular test. I'm gonna do the regular test. I'm not gonna waste the digital. You know, it says compared to First Response, but it's blue dye, and First Response is definitely not blue dye. So yeah, let's just get down to it. Okay, this is what it looks like with no pee on it. Get my cup. Don't worry, I'm not going to show you my pee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I usually only dip it for 10 seconds just to make sure. There it is running across. Don't want to cover this up. All right, so like I said earlier, I don't expect this to be positive, like at all. Like, it would be really crazy if it was. Something ain't right if it is. No, but I'm gonna read these instructions. If you've been trying for a long time, then you're pretty much a pro at taking pregnancy tests, but I still like to read the instructions just to make sure I'm not completely effing it up. So it's got the instructions on one side for the regular test and then the digital on the back. Oh, it says if you dip it into a cup, yeah, if you dip it into a cup, you're supposed to leave it in there for 20 seconds. But if you're using your, like if you're putting it into your stream of urine, like on the toilet, you're only supposed to leave it in there for 5 seconds. It's really hot in my bathroom. Okay. So I definitely only left it in there for 10 seconds, but it should make a difference. 2 minutes, supposed to leave it flat. Alright, so the indications that you're pregnant. It says 1 blue line in the oval control window and 1 blue line in the round result window. 1 blue line might be lighter in color than the other. Okay. So yeah, that seems pretty straightforward. I'm still a pro at these. I don't really need instructions when I take a test, but you know, why not just go ahead and look and make sure I'm not completely doing them wrong, which I never thought I did. When you've been trying to conceive for a long time, and this is probably so weird, but like when you've been trying to conceive for a while, you stop peeing onto the stick directly, and at some point you start peeing into a cup. I've noticed that a lot in the channels that I am subscribed to, that they all use cups like I do, and I thought I was weird because I thought I was the only one. And I have this one designated cup in my bathroom strictly for me to pee in, and I wash it out after every use with water and soap so it's still clean, but I don't use that cup for anything else. One of these days I'm gonna like make my own cup and put my pee cup on there, like put the letters my pee cup. I don't know, probably not, but yeah, you stop peeing onto the test because I don't know, maybe I'm scared that I'm not gonna get enough pee on there and it's gonna make the test bad. I don't know. So I always just pee into the cup so that way I know I have enough urine and there's not gonna be any issues. And I think it's been a couple minutes, so let's look at this test. I'm really not sitting in a good light. I think I need to get closer to my light. Alright, we're gonna stand up here. Okay. That's better. I hate blue dye because you always see a faint line on these. Always. It never fails. Like, I definitely see a faint line on this, and it's probably not even real, but there is a line on this, which is so irritating. Because I guarantee you, like, if I took that digital test right now, it would be negative. But there's definitely a faint line on this. That's what I hate about the blue dyes. You know, they work really well when you're like super pregnant and you got a lot of HCG in your system. So like, I think they work better from like the day of your period rather than several days before your period, because you get a lot of false positives on these. Like, it never fails. You guys aren't gonna be able to see it because you can never see faint lines on camera. Like, out of all the people that I've watched and all the videos I've watched, faint lines universally they don't appear on camera. Like, it just doesn't happen. So if I can get a good picture, I'll show you guys. There's a line on this. And watch. You know what? I'm gonna take this digital just to show you guys that the digital is gonna be negative. My hair is being crazy. That the digital is going to be negative while this is a faint positive. Just let me grab it. Why not? Why not just take it? Because I have nothing better to do with my life right now than to prove this. Now I'm irritated. Alright. So here is the digital. I'm going to read the instructions for the digital because digitals are a little different. Alright, so it says, for the digital, put it in there for 20 seconds, and then it takes 3 minutes. Alright. Nothing on there. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright, 20 seconds. It is flashing, so I'm just gonna cover that up. But I'm just, guys, I can't. This is irritating. Even when I hold it up like this, like, there's definitely a faint line on this, but I don't think it's a real faint line. I'm pretty positive that it's just one of these tests that give out faint lines when you're not pregnant. And it sucks because I've noticed a lot over the last couple years that a lot of pregnancy test companies, like even first response, I don't trust anymore. Like, it used to be just the blue dyes and just the clear blues that were like the most faulty. But over the last couple years, so irritating. Over the last couple years, my own experience and looking at other people's experience, even first response and pink dye tests now are giving false positives. They're giving faint lines, or first response is notorious now for the white line automatically on the test before you even take it. And when you take the test and the urine goes on top of it, it makes it look like there's a faint line there, causing people to think that they're pregnant when they're really not. It's just a bad test. Yeah, there's a line on here, but that digital is gonna be negative. So it's just really, really irritating when that happens. And it's not like I let it sit for 15 minutes and then came back and looked, oh my god, there's a line. No, like, I noticed it within the first minute of looking at this test. So yeah, it's still flashing. It's just so irritating when you spend money on these tests and then these tests are not accurate. Like, they're supposed to be accurate by now. It's 2020. Like, there's no reason that these tests shouldn't be accurate. Like, after this many years of having tests and perfecting them, it's like they do it on purpose so you'll buy more so they can have more money in their pockets. I don't know, but yeah, see, it is negative. So it's crazy that, which, you know what, digitals do take more HCG. We all know this, but it's crazy that you can get a positive on a regular test. Yeah. So irritating. I'm so mad. But I don't know. What do I know? I don't make these. I'm not a scientist. I'm not anything special other than a person trying to have a baby. So now that my rant is over, if I can get a good picture of this, I will definitely put it in here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good enough picture that it'll actually show up, but yeah, I don't know. I'm only cycle day 21, and I'm not supposed to start I usually have a 33-day cycle, and if I ovulated early, then I guess my period could come any day now. That's what sucks when you stop tracking, is you just don't know when anything is gonna happen. So I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated as I figure this shit out, because I have no idea what's going on this month. Okay, so I thought I was gonna end the video with what I left off with, but I don't know, I just kind of want to add more. This is probably going to be a really long video, so I apologize, but whatevs, it'll be fine. So I just kind of wanted to talk about the apps that I'm using. Right now I have 4 apps that I use to track my period and ovulation. Ovia I have been using the longest. I don't even know how long I've been using it. I've been using it off and on for gosh, 6 years, 5-6 years. I'm pretty sure I used it after I had Emmy, and she'll be 7 in May. So yeah, probably 5 or 6 years I've been using that app. Me and this app have a love-hate relationship. I don't feel like it's ever really that. Let's just start off by saying it sucks at predicting my ovulation, but again, it kind of makes sense if I have PCOS. PCOS is going to throw everything off. It's going to throw your ovulation off. It's going to throw your period off. It's never going to be accurate. So I feel like these apps have a hard time predicting anything for me. Now, I will say, looking back, it is pretty spot on with my period, give or take a day or two. It's the closest app. It's the app that gets the closest to my period. So I use Ovia pretty much to track my ovulation and my period. Another app that I've been using the last couple years is Glow. Glow I use for the community more than I do for tracking anything. I mean, I still log everything in there, but that's not what I rely on. I rely on Ovia more than I do Glow because I like the community in Glow. Glow is pretty spot on with my ovulation, with predicting what days, and it's pretty close. The other app that I use is called Thermometer. Honestly, I use this app to take pictures of my ovulation test and my pregnancy test, and it will tell me whether they're positive or not. This is pretty close with my ovulation too, but I've not been using it very long. I've only been using it, I think, since last year. So it probably doesn't have like enough data in there to really predict anything accurately. And then another app that I just downloaded that somebody actually recommended on my Instagram was My Days X. And I just started using that this cycle, so I can't really say much about it. I will say, though, that there is discrepancies between all 4 apps on when my period's going to start. Ovia says I have 10 days until I can take a test. That's just till I can take a test. But it says that my actual period isn't supposed to start until February 8th. And then Glow says I have 11 days until my period. Thermometer says that I am... Let me go check real fast. Okay, so Thermometer says that I am actually 10 DPO, and then I'm going to start my period on January 29th. And then My Days X says I have 15 days to go until my next period. So they are all like different, very different on predicting anything. If I were to guess, I would say Ovia is probably a little bit more accurate with my period, so I probably won't start my period on time. I don't know. It just depends on if I ovulated and when I ovulated. So yeah, there's just a big difference with all of them. And that can be confusing when you're trying to have a baby, is if you have all these apps like I do, because I'm a crazy person, and you're trying to track and you're trying to like guess when everything is going to be happening. It's very, very difficult to figure it out if you have all these apps. So if you're new to trying to conceive, stick with 1 or 2 apps. Don't have 4 like me, because you're new to it and you probably don't know your body as well as I do. But I pretty much know my body, and I know when things are happening. So it's not that difficult for me to decipher which app is correct, when I need to do things, when I don't need to do things, whatever. So yeah, I just want to talk about that for a minute. Also, I would love to do a Q&A. If you guys have questions for me, you can leave them on this video or go on over to my Instagram page. I'll make a post on there for Q&A. And don't forget about the giveaway I'm doing. 100 subscribers and 100 followers. I'm getting close. I have 75 subscribers on YouTube, so I need 25 more. And then I need like 15 more on Instagram. $50 Visa gift card. And a cycle of Clomid to 2 people. So go enter that giveaway. I have the rules on my Instagram if you want to go check that out. Just share my videos, recommend me, go on my Instagram, share my Instagram handle, whatever you want to do. Let's just get these followers and these subscribers, and 2 people will get a $50 Visa gift card and a round of Clomid on me. I will buy the Clomid. I will do all of that. So you really can't pass up free money and free fertility meds because they can get expensive. Also, I did put in a post on Instagram about where I bought my Clomid. So if you want to check that out, go check that out. They do not... There are several different websites that you can look up on Google. Some of them require a prescription, some of them don't. This one did not. So if you're like me and you really can't go back to a specialist right now or a regular OBGYN and you really want to try Clomid or Femera, there are websites out there where you can get this stuff without a prescription. So go check those out. I'm no doctor though, so what's right for me may not be right for you. And if you know, I can't tell you to go do it. I can't tell you it's safe for you. I can't tell you it's okay for you. I've personally taken Clomid before. I've taken Femera before. I've done a trigger shot before. So I know how all of it works. And I know how it works with my body. So for me, it's not a big deal. But for other people, again, I'm not a doctor, not a medical professional yet. So don't go based off of what I say. If you're worried about it, go talk to a doctor, listen to what they have to say. If you know how your body works with all of this, that's fine too. So yeah, I'm gonna jump off here, get this video edited and posted for you guys. So I'll talk to you later.